defiled. So their mind is defiled, man. Their conscience. All right. So when their conscience says, "Hey, don't do that," they're gonna do it. All right. When the Spirit of the Lord says, "Hey, don't do that," they're gonna do it. All right. Even when the Most High sent out His prophets, the men of the Lord on the highways and the byways, they still rejected the word of the Lord, man. All right. Let me go ahead and bring that out in Ezekiel. All right. Ezekiel, I believe it's chapter 3, verse 1. Or Ezekiel 3 and 4. And he said unto me, "Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel." Who are the Israelites? The Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. That's who the Hebrew Israelites are today and of old. All right. It says, "And speak with my words unto them." And that's what I'm doing. Why? Because it was a commandment unto me to, if I receive this knowledge, to come out here and to share it, man. That's how us humans learn things, is by transferring information, relaying information, instructions, messages. All right. It says, "For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language." Because y'all know English. All right. You're in America, right? So everybody knows English. So I'm speaking, plain English. But to the house of Israel, right? Because that's who I'm sent to. The Negro Latinos and Native American Indians. All right? I'm not sent here for you wicked individuals, you other nations, you heathens. And the heathens consisted of the Edomites. Biblically, the historical Edomites, who are the so-called whites. And you got the Moabites, who are Chinese, the Ammonites, who are Japanese, the Ishmaelites, who are Arabs, all right, Japheth, who is the Hawaiians, so forth and so on. There's 18 nations in the Bible, man. There's 18 nations in the whole earth. So the Most High gave instruction to Ezekiel, his name was Yahawah, which means he's the power that strengthens me. Okay? So he was sent only to the house of Israel. All right. Verse 6. "Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand." Right? Because Israel, like I said, made mention, is that the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, we're naturally spiritual people, man. Highly spiritual people. All right. And we have a zeal for God, for Yahawah. But, we've been deceived calling on Yahweh, Jesus Christ, Jesus Cristo, Christ, Messiah, or you call his name Yahweh, Yeshua. Those are not his name, though. Those are not the names of the Most High and his Son. Okay? So going back to Ezekiel 3 and 5 or 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-headed. And that's right, man. That's an indicator also, is that the Negro Latino and Native American Indians, we're hard-headed people, man. We're stubborn as hell. All right? But that's where the Most High is going to work on our minds and break up that fallow ground and bring us back to our true power, man. To know the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. All right? That's the thing that counts. All right? It says, verse 8, "Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads." Right? Because you got individuals that got their own opinion, their own little philosophies, all right, their own theories, whatever you want to call them. But our heads are made hard against theirs, man. All right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua has fortitude our minds to believe wholly in this word, man. All right? That's why the Lord says, "Strive for the truth till death, and the Lord shall fight for thee." So as long as we present our bodies a living sacrifice and bring this message out, the Lord shall fight for thee, man. All right? So it says, Ezekiel 3:9, as an adamant harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. That's right. So we're not afraid of your looks. All right. I'm not afraid of your looks, or your threats, or your words. All right. And because why? Because the Lord commanded me not to be that way, man. Because I have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And I relay that message to you, Akim, out there too, that are fairly new and coming into this thing. When you go out to the highways and the byways, be bold as a lion, man. And know and have faith that the Most High is with you. And He is with you, man. Okay? So, you got to stand firm in this word, man. All right? I'm going to go ahead and bring out one. And one of my favorite ones, because it cut a lot of things, man. 2nd Ezra 15:1. Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahawah, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. That's right. So don't fear none of these things, man. Don't fear men. Fear Yahawah B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Yeah, you'll get a little bruise, you'll get a little scuffs, you get sore, you know what I'm saying? But you can recover from that, man. All right? But that's just going to build your character up more stronger, man. It's going to give you thicker skin, man. All right? And that's where the Most High is going to work with you in spiritually. All right? Spiritually, you're going to know what you were supposed to do next time, and how you deal with certain spirits. All right? When you should do a thing and not do a thing. There's a time and place for everything, man. All right? And right now we're not in the time of celebrating and being in joy and things of that nature. All right? Even though you can have a time of relaxation, you can laugh and all that stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about in the greater sense, like following these holidays, man. All right? This is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. That's right. We're going to lay it to our heart, the living. Why? Because we're the living ones. We're the ones that are alive, and we're going to know that it's better to go to the house of mourning. All right? Let me go ahead and bring this other one that just came to my mind. Proverbs 31:8. Open thy mouth for the dumb in the cause of such as are appointed to destruction. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. That's right, man. All right? So, because the poor and the needy and the ones that are appointed to destruction are what? In the house of mourning, man. They're not in the house of joy or rejoicing. Okay? All right? So it's better to be in that in that mode, in that spirit, man. Of a lowly spirit, humble spirit, contrite spirit, broken spirit. But at the same time, your confidence is being built up. Like I said, be as bold as a lion, man. You know? Stand in the face of those that have afflicted thee, man. All right? And just push this word, man. Don't pay no mind to anybody. Just push this word as in the general public. All right? And that's it, man. Push this word. All right? Ecclesiastes 7:3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. That's right, man. So, sorrow is better than laughter. These people out here are laughing and having a good time and can't wait. Or they, do all sorts of madness and stuff like that. But us, man, we're vexed by all this madness. All right? And also the Lord does say where in the book of Proverbs that the righteous shall hide themselves when the wicked are in authority. And it is, man. We don't want to be out here in the streets. We'd rather be in the house where we know we ain't out here with these damn demons, man. Go into the house, we come out during the day, do what we have to do, and then go back and stay inside when it comes night, because at night times where people be acting up, man, acting out and stuff like that. All right? It says, Ecclesiastes 7:4, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. That's right, man. So all these people that are in the house of mirth, which represent as joy, they're fools, man. Yahawah B'Shem Yahweh Shai said that. The word said that,
Thank you.
All right. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of fools. That's right. So we rather hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the songs of fools, man. I want to hear about what made you happy and what you did and stuff like that. I don't give a shit about that. Let me hear about what you learned and how you filtered it through the scriptures, man. How it made you think about precepts. Through your experience, brought you closer to Yahawah Shem Yahawah. That's what I want to hear. All right. Don't care about what goes on in the world, man. You know. But the scriptures say, "Be at peace with all men." Yeah, yada yada, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're about this word, man. All right. So it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of fools. That's right, man. The songs of fools is their what they did during the weekend of Halloween. You know that's a song of fools, man. That has nothing towards edification, to build somebody up. Instead, it's to entice you, to bring it closer to Satan, to be self-destructive. You know, that's all that's set up to do, man. All right. We'll go ahead and bring out another one in the book of Amos. Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beast. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. That's right, man. He don't care what you have to say, or what type of music you try to make up and try to glorify God, or just these holidays, man. He don't care about none of that stuff, man. All right. He's not down with it, man. This is James. Pull out the book of James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. So the Lord hates this world, man, and what the world has to offer, man. All right. This is James, or 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. That's right, man. So that goes back to that great multitude that follows to do evil, man, or that broad and wide gate that leadeth to destruction, where many where many go in there at, man. All right. Why? Because they love the world, man, and the love of the Father is not in them. Because the love of the Father is what? Obeying His word, man. Obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Observing what He says to do. Rehearse the righteous acts. All right. 1 John 2:16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. That's right. The world, it's not talking about the earth, it's talking about the inhabitants, the rulers of the earth. All right? Because they're the ones that push forth this that vibration. All right? For you to love the world. All right? The things that are in the world. All right? It says verse 17, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. So, see, talking about the things that the nations bring forth. Not talking about the earth, because we know through Scripture, the earth abideth forever. All right? And the world passeth away. Also, it's talking about Esau's world, man, because you got a certain individual, was a Gino Jennings, Apostle Gino Jennings, talking about that Esau is not the begin or the end of the world. All right, because the scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of that which followeth. All right, so you got Gino Jennings talking like that, man. Guess what, man? This world is governed by who? Let's go to Job 9:24. Let's bring it out. All right, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That's right, man. If not, where and who is he, man? Because the world is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, which represents the wicked are in rulership over the whole earth. And what is pushed out on the earth? What is mandatory made mandatory? All right, their policies. Even through history, we know that, man. In the book of Daniel, with Antiochus Epiphanes, you know. All right. It says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man?" Okay. So, the whole world is in the hand of our enemy. All right. Let me go ahead and bring out another one. Let's see. Let's see here. I believe this is Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, all right, it's talking about Edom, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahawah of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw it down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. That's right. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and Edom is the border of wickedness. And that's who's based in rulership right now, man. You know? All right. It says, going back to 1 John 2 and 17. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahawah abideth forever. That's right. The one that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever in this time. All right. And go to 2nd Esdras chapter 6. Second Esdras chapter 6 and start at verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? You know. So what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follows? So he's asking for signs, man, for knowledge about that, man, information. You know. So what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of the last, right? It says, or when shall the end of the first, or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto him, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's plain, man. So Esau is the end of the world, end of the age, end of his age is coming to a halt, man. It's gonna end, and that's the same thing with 1 John 2 and 17. 2 and 17 is talking about, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahawah abideth forever. That's right, man. Going to Isaiah. Isaiah 64, Isaiah 65 and 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. That's right, man. Talking about this kingdom, man. All right, this rulership that's in the world right now. It's not going to come to remembrance no more. I believe there's another scripture. All right, talks about Esau. Being wiped out, man, where he ain't gonna be remembered anymore. I believe it's in, let me check out in the book of Job. Job 20 and 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his good shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of the wicked man from Yahawah, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahawah. Right. This is Job 18 and 16. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. Right, because men are likened unto trees in the scriptures, man. All right, symbolic. When you go into the Garden of Eden, and where it said that Adam and Eve hid amongst the trees, that's talking about the other people, the other nations. All right, because Ezekiel breaks it down clear what those trees represent. Okay, so a man's roots is talking about his offspring, man. All right, so it's going to be cut off. It says, his root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth. You see, so that age, that world is going to pass away forever. All right, so his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. You see? Let's go to Isaiah 24 or 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of the fathers, that they do not rise nor possess land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You see? So there it goes again, man. Esau is going to be wiped out forever, man. All right, so Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is that which is the beginning of that which followeth, the beginning of a new age, man, a new rulership. Through Jacob, which his name was Israel, Yahawah, he is a prince of power. All right. So it says in Job 18 and 19, he shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling. That's right. So you go back to Job 18 and 16, it says his roots shall be dried up beneath, and above his branch shall be cut off. So we're likened as trees. So if your roots are rotten and they rot out, that tree is no longer going to exist, and it's no longer going to have other offspring. You know, because they ain't gonna be able to bear seed, and that seed falls on a different soil on the soil and brings forth another tree. All right, it's carried by a squirrel into a different area, and it brings forth another tree. All right. So that root and that tree that bears fruit it brings forth offspring, man. All right, seed, sperma. Let's go back to the word seed. All right, from men, the fruit of his loins. Okay, and it tells you that in Job 18 and 19, he shall have neither son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. Right, because to a son and a nephew can only continue to bring forth that offspring. It's through men, not women. You know. They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, and they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not Yahawah. That's right, man. So it goes back to Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities again. All right. Verse 22. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahawah of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, nephew, saith Yahawah. So Esau is going to be done away with, man. So Geno Jennings had nothing. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know the scriptures. Okay. Edom is the only nation on the earth that is not going to find mercy through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. All right. Because the scriptures say that the Lord has indignation with this particular nation forever, man. And he's going to be wiped out off the face of the earth. Say he's going to be chased out of the world, man. With there's different worlds, man. If I'm not mistaken, brother, you got the world cosmos, the eon, and then GE, I believe. All right, eon, cosmos, the different worlds of the nation. You got the world of the world of the world of the Asians, the world of the Mexicans. You got all these different worlds. The music industry, the Latin world, the Negro world, BET, Black Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different cosmos, and then you got Eon, which represents an age or a period of time. Okay, but that period of time has an end. All right, and then G is actually talking about the land. All right, if I'm not mistaken, Slug. If I'm wrong, brothers, please correct me. All right. So going to. Real quick, let me see if I finish Isaiah 14. Come on, let me finish Isaiah 14 and 23. I will also make it a possession for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, said Yahawah B'Shem Yahushua. And that besom is like a broom. So Yahushua is gonna sweep it with destruction, man. He's gonna come through here with the street sweeper, cleaning up all this mess. You know, anything that offends the Most High and the kingdom, whatever, it's gonna be destroyed, man. All right. Let me go to Matthew to prove that. All right. Let's see. It says basically, you know, anything that offends shall be cast out. All right. This is Matthew 13 and 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world, in the end of this age, man. There you go again. So, as therefore the tares gathered, the tares represent the you know, the other nation that are intermingled with Israel on the earth. All right, in the world. So the Lord is telling us that Matthew 13, when you read up, starting at verse 36 down, it's telling you exactly what that parable represents about the sower and the seed in the field of the good and bad seed that sowed good seed in the field. So I'm just going to start out that Matthew 13 and 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world, the end of this age, man. Okay. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. You see? So that's what that's talking about. That besom of destruction that Yahushua is going to sweep through. He's going to sweep away all filth and wickedness, man. Anything that offends. It's going to be cast into the fire, man. All right? So Esau is coming to an end. His rulership, man. All right. Let's see here. Right here, and I'm gonna continue to read real quick. I'm just gonna read this little part. 2nd Esdras 6 and 10. The hand of man is betwixt the hill and the hand. Another question Esdras asked thou not. That's right, man. So this man is coming to an end. All right. 2nd Esdras 11 and 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness. Talking about the Roman Empire. And over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. And that same vibration, that same that same vibration is here in this time, man. Which are the Edomites. That's why you see a lot of different, like Latin, because Latin, the Romans would speak in Latin, you know, Greek, you know. You got a lot of different things, like in big cities, you got a lot of different, like Roman, what do they call them, they have to do with the buildings and stuff like that, you know, and the art. You still got Roman numerals within the law, the judicial, you know, systems, the courts, you know. They got their pillars. They look like Roman, you know, cathedrals and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it says, in so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth hast thou not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek. Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit. And that's who's brought forth fruit? It's talking about the elect, the apostles. Because the apostles that died in this truth are still waiting to to receive that judgment, you know, to be revenged. You have that in Revelations, all right? So Revelations, I believe it's chapter 6, Revelation 6 and 9. And when he opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahawah and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, true, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? That's right. So that judgment is happening right now, man. Esau's being chopped down right now in the spirit. All right? And it's manifesting right now. The dollar's collapsing. The economy, you know, everywhere throughout the whole earth is being destroyed. You got different nations that are not even dealing with the dollar no more. All right? Other nations are dealing with other nations with their currency. Okay? And just through the system here in America is just falling apart, man. The morals of these certain people are declined. They don't have no good morals no more. All right. It says, Revelation 6 and 11, and white robes were given unto one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. Okay. Let's go back to 2nd Esdras 11 and 42. And has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Yeah, man, he continue to afflict the Negro, Latino, and Native American Indians, man. All right, continue to afflict them, bring hell to them, bring more, you know, policies and laws and things of that nature to them, make things harder for them, more paperwork, all kinds of stuff, man. You know, it says, therefore is thy wrongful dealing come unto the Most High, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also had looked upon thy proud times, and behold, they are ended. That's right. So they're ended, man. So 2017, Lord willing, this is the end, man. Lord, if not, it's soon. Okay? Because the Lord Yahawah don't even know when the time's going to happen. Only the Father. So when the Father gives the green light, that's it. Also, when the elect are sealed. Okay? So the end of Esau is at hand. All right? That's what the end of the world is. Because the misconception in the cursed Christian church, the end of the world is that this earth is going to be destroyed and a new earth is going to be recreated. And they get that out of the book of Revelation, that a new Jerusalem's going to come out of heaven and all this, that, and the third. They don't have no understanding what it is. There are people before a place. And Jerusalem is Yerushalayim, which means city of peace. That's it. So there are people and city. Who makes up a city? Citizens. People. All right? That's where they get the word city from, is from citizen, if I'm not mistaken, or vice versa. It says, 2nd Esdras 11 and 44. The highest also had looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. That's right, man. So Esau, Geno Jennings, you have no idea what you're talking about, man. You need to show respect, you know, to ultimately.